Today, we're at State Bird Provisions, the flagship restaurant of chefs and entrepreneurs Stuart Brioza and Nicole Krasinski. Located in San Francisco, the restaurant started as a recipe for serving quail, the official state bird of California, hence the name, but has since then evolved into a restaurant with a very interesting delivery format, which we'll definitely explore in this video. At the time of our visit, State Bird Provisions has 1 Michelin star. The first thing you notice when you walk in the restaurant is State Bird's colorful, almost funky decor. The relaxed vibe inside is disarming and gives you a hint that something interesting is about to happen. We started off the evening with these oysters dressed with chili sesame oil and fermented kohlrabi rab. Next, one of the waiters offered us this smoked trout dip with avocados, capers, and chives, which was a favorite of the evening. The smokiness of the trout cut through the richness of the creamy elements of the dip to create a savory bite that you crave repeatedly until the dip is gone. This is scallops with passion fruit and avocado. The scallop was deliciously sweet, and the passion fruit avocado pairing was an inspired choice that brought acidity and creaminess to the dish. Also helps that passion fruit is my favorite fruit. Next, the waiter came by with this course of duck liver and honey almond financiers. As standalone elements, the liver was deliciously rich and the financiers had a nice comforting flavor and texture. The next dish that was brought over was State Bird's take on the Caesar salad. The Caesar dressing was flavorful, and not just ranch with some Parmesan mixed in, and each leaf was coated well so as to ensure the quality of each bite stays consistent through the entire dish, which really should be the standard for all salads. Next, we tried this salted cucumber dish with nori salsa matcha, ahi crema, and sunflower seeds. A complex, delicious combination of flavorful ingredients. I was particularly impressed by the nori matcha, which added a botanical umami to the dish, a flavor profile that you don't often encounter. The waiter then put down these blue corn pancakes, and just wow. You don't typically think of brunch food, and pancakes no less, as Michelin Star level fare, but these were fantastic. The corn-based batter, the braised bacon, coffee butter, compressed apples, all came together to create a party in my taste buds that made this one of my favorite dishes of the evening. Or maybe I'm just a basic schmuck who likes brunch food. This is black bean barbecue pork ribs. The meat was tender and delicious, and the black bean barbecue seasoning added a nice sweet, earthy flavor that you don't usually find in barbecue pork ribs. Next, the waiter put down these butter chicken inspired duck dumplings, which while I enjoyed the curry sauce, the dumpling itself was unfortunately a bit tough and unexciting. The next dish were these beef hot links with aioli mustard. While there was nothing particularly mind-blowing about this one, it was delicious nonetheless. This is fried sourdough bread made with the chef proprietor's old family recipe that dates back to the time of the dinosaurs. The texture of the bread was exquisite. Turns out if you take sourdough bread, fry it, and put cheese on top, you'd probably end up with a pretty good dish. The next dish that came out is not to be missed. This is State Bird's crispy pork belly with a fish sauce vinaigrette and fresh grapes. Now, I've had a lot of pork belly in my life, crispy pork belly included, and this dish probably was top 3. The vinaigrette and the grapes were ingredients that I had never seen paired with pork belly before, and the acidity of these ingredients worked oh so well to balance the fattiness of the perfectly cooked pork. Next, the waiter laid down this dish of fresh persimmons, a delightful use of persimmons, sesame, and kanako powder that turned the humble persimmon into a complex arrangement with notes of salty, toffee, and the pleasing aroma of toasted sesame. At this point in the meal, the waiter brought over what we came for, the State Bird Provisions. Not a big fan of quail myself because it's not an easy bird to cook properly, but the quail meat was tender, and the breading on the outside was crispy, flavorful, and unique, I would say the chefs at Statebird nailed their namesake dish perfectly. This is lamb tartare toast, which is one of the better renditions of tartare that I've seen. The tartare was well seasoned, and the toast carrying the tartare was buttery from end to end, the perfect vehicle for the subtle gaminess of the lamb. The last savory course of the evening was this Hangar Steak paired with chanterelle mushrooms and farm salad. The steak was cooked well, and the chanterelles were cooked down to melt in the mouth. Next, we move on to the dessert portion of the evening, starting with this lime posset, which had a nice lime flavor delivered in the creaminess of a posset. The seasoned cracker and the macerated strawberries were a nice touch to add an additional layer of texture. Next, we tried this black and orange themed pumpkin ice cream sandwich, which tasted like Halloween in dessert form. You can take from that what you will. We ended the evening with this French apple poppy seed cake with pomegranates, which was my favorite dessert of the ones we tried. The poppy seed cake was flavorful and complex, and the addition of the pomegranates added a sourness and texture that complemented the dish beautifully. And that was all the dishes we had at Statebird Provisions. While not all the dishes hit the mark, overall the meal was satisfying, and the innovative dim sum-like format of the courses earned the restaurant extra points for creativity. The shareable nature of the dishes made this an ideal spot to visit as a group. If you ever make it out to Statebird Provisions, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.